Never having built a home before, we didn't know any other way. I mean, I'm just blown away by the fact that that was never something that we had an issue with, and so very grateful.
It was a great experience, and I'm not just saying that. You know, we hear lots of horror stories about how tough it can be and how stressful it is to build a new home. And now that we're in it, and now that it's over, looking back, I can say it was a good experience. I just feel sorry for the people that have bad experiences building their custom home, because it wasn't like that for us at all. Hey, I'm Andy Cunningham.
And I'm his wife, Codell. To begin with, she got us a budget, a very detailed budget, and sent it all to us, or we wanted to do something a little bit different than what the budget had in mind, but we always knew that, okay, that's not going to be in the budget if you're changing this. There was a couple of different times that I requested an updated budget, and she would get it to me within a week, and just, as the process went along, we always knew where we were at as far as what it was costing. And I could just check off the budget, which is also kind of fun to go down the list and see that you're getting closer to the end. But yeah, she did great as far as keeping all of that on track.
As far as picking materials and that kind of stuff, there were a couple things that we had in mind that we wanted to do, but whenever she made a suggestion, not only did she have a reason why she was suggesting something, she also had options. She helped us narrow it down, and if it was an easy decision for us to make, then we made it. And if it wasn't an easy decision, well, she helped us make it, and she knew what she was talking about.
She was great as far as picking out things. Casey would send examples, and she said up front, do you want me to do it all? Do you want me to not do anything? Do you want me to help? and I told her I wanted options. So for instance, with the garage doors, she sent 4 or 5 different options. There's hundreds out there. And she's like, here's some choices that I think would be good for you. And then I picked one. And so she would do that as we kind of went through the process. And then sometimes that would spur something for me to go find differently. And then I'd be like, well, I found this, can you? And she's like, oh yeah, okay. And then we would go after that idea. The granite was something that we found, and it was only 1 slab, and I needed 2. And finding the granite to match was very, very tricky. We couldn't find one that looked like it, which I guess that's normal, but not even similar. And we found out that the other slab was actually already at the fabricator. They had accidentally sent it there, and it was cut already. So Casey said, okay, I think we can make that work. And she took it to her fabricator, and we took the pieces that were already cut and the one that we had found and made it fit. So we have this beautiful fireplace, and we need 2 mantles for it. And Casey's been throwing ideas. She's found some places that build mantles and this and that and the other. And I was telling my uncle that this was going on, and he sends me a video one day of this 20-foot long beam in this old barn at his place that's falling down. He says, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I think that'll work. And so I tell Casey, and she calls her guy in the city that we'd kind of been working with that does custom woodwork, and he's like, yeah, I'll bring it down. So we go tear it down out of the barn and haul it to Oklahoma City. So he cut the mantles, and then we had enough left over that we were able to do the piece above the kitchen, the shelves, a little bench. I mean, we used every piece of that 20-foot beam out of that barn. And then we also tore down the rest of the barn and used it for the table and the countertop in the office. And so just to have those pieces incorporated in our home is was really pretty awesome, and Casey made that happen.
I was very impressed with the contractors that Casey sent. Not only do I feel like they really knew what they were doing, I felt like they cared. And that's pretty important when you're building probably the only house you'll ever build in your lifetime. They really cared, and they all wanted to do a good job. But the most important thing is, she didn't send anyone up here that I didn't trust. And that really is probably the most important thing to me. They knew what they were doing. They did what they said they were going to do. They cared, and I trusted them.
The contractors, because we don't know, right? We've never built a house. I don't know that this is an amazing frame job, but I do now, because everybody that saw it, who did your framework? Oh my gosh, who laid your tile? Who did this? Who did that? You know, and you just knew that she had picked quality craftsmen to do the job, because everybody asks, wow, this is really good. She uses different contractors, and one of them just happens to be my secretary's husband. And he came by the office one day, and he's like, we were kind of thinking we might build, and he said, hey, you need to call Hewlin Homes, because we're working on one of their other projects down by Shattuck, and we're super impressed by how she conducts business and what they do. So that's how I got her number. Every time, anytime that I had questions or concerns or whatever I might need from her, she responded, if not immediately, same day for sure, either text me or called.
I can think of one time in particular when I'm pretty sure she didn't want to answer the phone, and she did, and that's worth a lot.
Yeah, I think if anybody held up the process, it was probably me making decisions, or us making decisions, because she would be like, okay, these are the things I need next. And so here we go. I'd start working on that, and then she'd be like, have you got it yet? Then she was never pushy when it came to that, but she would usually give us, you know, kind of a timeline, which was great too, so you weren't overwhelmed with the whole house at once, you know.
She never did really tell us exactly how long it would take. She gave us a pretty good idea, and she was right on target, and took almost a year. And I can think of one week during the heat of the summer that we actually went several days in a row that there wasn't someone up here working. And that just happened to be when it was raining quite a bit and the roads were muddy, and so it really worked out pretty good. But there was almost every day there was someone up here working. There were a few challenges, but we got through them all. And not only did we get through them, everybody was happy when we did get through them. So whether it was Casey compromising a little bit, or us compromising a little bit, or Casey just talking us down off the ledge, every time we had a problem, and there weren't very many, but when we did, it worked out in the end.
And she was great for my emotional well-being also, because it's a lot. Building a home is a lot. And we knew that going in and expected that, but some days it's harder than the rest, especially when, you know, things might not be like you thought it should have been or whatever. And she would always just be like, it's gonna be okay, just take a deep breath.
She's got a pretty tough job. And the reason I say that is she's got to try to build what we have in our minds. And we've had these ideas in our minds for a long time. And I was really pleased with how well she worked with us to help make this home look like, in person, like it looked in our minds.
I can't just say one thing. I mean, yeah, whoa, the fireplace is great, but the kitchen I love. And have you seen the pantry? have you seen our bathroom? Have you, the office, the utility, like all of it. All of it. I don't have a favorite.
I don't either. It's all good.
Yeah.
If somebody was on the fence about going the custom home route, it's 2024, things are way more expensive than they used to be. Inflation is definitely a thing to consider. Going into that, there's probably some fear and apprehension in some people's minds. And then, who do you choose to build with? If you're speaking to that person, what would you say?
Good shit ain't cheap, and cheap shit ain't good. This is the first house we've ever built or had built, and it's the last. And it was a good experience. We've been here a couple months now, and in a way, I mean, I'm super glad. It's like a dream come true. But I kind of miss talking to Casey every now and then, because it was a pretty good experience. It was pretty exciting when we were building it, and
We made a friendship.
yeah, we made a friendship, and now that it's over, it's just kind of like, I don't know, kind of like the day after Christmas. It was a good enough experience that I kind of miss it. I kind of miss the process.
You know, as far as when is a good time to build, when is a good time to get married, when is a good time to have kids, when it's good for you. And if that's something that you are choosing to do and you've got the funds to do it, then you need to pick somebody that's going to take care of you, because it's a big deal. And that's what Casey and Shane did for us. Took care of us.
Yep.